Kyrie Jesu Domine, dona eis requiem.
Good morning. Hopefully you heard the warning siren, because as we talk about issues for sensitive people, don't listen because I don't want to read your comments. I know it's the internet and I can't stop you from commenting on this for the 18 of you that actually watch this thing. But you never know, one day more people might watch it. And if there's anything you know about the internet, hatred is like blood in the water for piranhas for the outrage mob. So as soon as one of them finds a reason to go berserkowitz, they will take your comments and then try to destroy you publicly over it. And again, and that's exactly why you got the warning at the beginning, is because people believe words hurt them worse than actions. And not just people, lefties believe words hurt you worse than actions. So beating somebody physically is less egregious than hurting their feelings or insulting whatever their belief system is. And I cannot think of anything that goes against the grain of reality and common sense more. Freedom of speech means somebody can offend you anytime they want. And you have the option of walking away, of leaving the conversation. Now, if they bust into your house and want to verbally accost you, I think your guard dog or your gun or some other weapon can back them out of the house. Nobody is allowed to invade your home. And actually, nobody's really allowed to invade your space unless you give them permission to. But they can say whatever they want. And the old adage that I grew up with, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. We don't believe that anymore culturally. At least close to 50% of Americans don't. Because when words, in fact, stigmatize you, traumatize you, alienate you, depersonalize you, victimize you. And come on, let's be honest. That's like a boo and a who. Get over it. I need to get over it. People are going to say things I don't like all the time. I mean, I'm a priest. You want to hear jokes and cruel comments about how all of us are just members of a corrupt religion and nothing but a cabal of wannabe pedophiles or corrupt people seeking some sort of power in this institution? I don't hear it because I'm out in the country. I'm surrounded by decent people. But I bet if I was on either coast, there'd be a good chance I could hear that. Because if I'm spending more time with people who are opposed, some of them will be emboldened enough to say something. And then I have to try to patiently deal with that. As I said, if you accost me publicly, I'm walking away. Now, I may say something to you. One thing I've always wanted to do for lefties is like have a satchel full of pacifiers with a crying baby on it, the Democratic seal, and go, hey, here's your pacifier. You lost this. Go take it. Now, I know I'd find that funny. They'd find that offensive. Because again, angry people, and this also goes for really intellectual people too. One thing people can't handle is mockery. They can't handle humor anymore. They can't handle your humorous dismissal of what they believe or what they think. And we all should be able to handle that. I mean, religion can be mocked all the time. It's been mocked for centuries, probably since the beginning. The whole idea of the king having a jester was to have somebody kind of keep you in check. The last thing we need to do is believe our own press so much that we become thin-skinned about everything. I am as I said yesterday, a flawed individual. Everybody watching this video is a flawed individual. And we should get over that. But back to free speech. Free speech means people, within reason. There's cultural limitations. I cannot, in free speech, threaten somebody. I cannot, in free speech, try to harm the common good. There are limitations, but for the most part, if you want to do something completely contrary and opposed to what I hold dear and true, go for it. This is probably a repeat. I probably did this video again, but you get tired of being called a racist because you want to criticize person of a different nationality. And that used to be anybody of a different nationality. Now all Europeans are grouped in one group of white Americans, and then there's people of color. But isn't everybody a person of color? Same thing with criticizing somebody of a different gender. That does not make you sexist. It makes you sexist if you're criticizing precisely because they are a woman, and racist if they're precisely a member of that race, if you're basing some sort of illogical and unfounded facts on that. I have overtalked. Goodbye.